Here we go again then.
Oh, goodness me, it's us again. Oh, that's so annoying, isn't it? You, the presumably listener, just wants to start the podcast, but here I am, rambling on about who knows what. Who does know? Does anyone know? No, no one knows. Yeah, I'm not stopping. Anyway, yes, hello, welcome back to the Everyday Life podcast. Before we begin, I'd like to say to the other listener, because there's two now, hello.
Yeah,
Thanks to Noah for directing me to meet comedians I mentioned in the last episode, and hello to the other listener. Right then, should we get started?
Yeah, great little intro there earlier. Of course, it's been half-term week for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, been lovely.
And I've shoved you with podcast notes. It's that time again. Yep, well folks, welcome to Everyday Life podcast with myself, Dave Clark, and my assistant, Elliot.
Hello again, it's me again. Yes, again, hello, again.
And today, a major part of a lot of people's everyday lives is finding something that's so annoying. And this subject is literally endless. Well, I guess with finding things that are so annoying, Elliot, right? Basically, this means, in general, anything that disrupts a person's routine, comfort or peace of mind can be considered annoying.
Oh, that's good. That's a good definition.
We've actually asked quite a few people about this, haven't we? We've had quite a few comments.
Yeah, I've been trying to look around.
Yeah, we've actually had a record amount of comments. So, but firstly, Elliot, what do you find annoying?
Right, the thing that annoys me the most, spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Just be quiet and let me watch whatever it is, or read whatever it is. I don't want to find out early. It ruins it.
Sometimes I have noticed, say like on the news or whatever, or on breakfast TV, they do say, right, we're going to show this, so if you don't want to know, please look away.
Yes, everything should do that.
But what sort of instances do you find where they spoil it for you? It's just adverts on like social media, program,
social media,
and then you suddenly see it, and there's no warning.
Like just watching something a day late and it's all over whatever.
Well, I can imagine that. That's so annoying. Yes, I can imagine. Definitely.
What about you then?
Well, me. Before we go into some comments, to be honest, what I find annoying now, I don't know whether this is an age thing. I don't know whether it's because I'm getting older. I'm in my 50s now that I find much more things annoying nowadays than I used to. And I have asked around, and people do seem to relate to that. Although you and your friends might have a few. But anyway, I found quite a few things annoying. Today, for instance, I've been looking forward to sunbathing all week.
Right.
And I saw today was going to be nice and sunny.
Perfect opportunity.
And I got down there and it was a bit cloudy. And the sun was intermittent, hit and miss, coming out of the clouds. So that I found that annoying just from today.
Yeah.
That the sun kept on going in behind the clouds. Which is not every day we get to sunbathe in the UK. There's loads. I have got a top 5 which I'll go into later. So I'll just very quickly run through some other things. I find political hate on social media annoying because basically you just can't say what you want without being hammered by someone. That's annoying. Cashless places. There's so many cashless places where they just don't accept it. And I think that everyone's system should go down because what would happen if that did?
Yeah.
They would have to accept cash. So cashless places, definitely. So I think you've always got to have cash, even just as a backup. And this is quite a popular one, cars not signalling.
Yeah.
I'll get that a lot. So many cars not signalling, especially in supermarkets, turning in there or going into spaces. I do like to beat them and do a little signal. GB News, the adverts. They're always the same.
Yeah.
They've had them for years. And I have to look away. There's a certain advert I'm thinking of, and, that is so annoying. Also, my phone. I basically need a new one. It keeps on freezing. That's annoying. Oh, another thing, probably a lot of people can relate to this, logins. When it comes up with, I'm not a robot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it says pick the squares with bikes on or whatever, and you pick the squares with bikes on. And it still comes up that it's wrong. Now, that is so annoying. Definitely.
I am not a robot.
That is definitely annoying. Rules and regulations. One of your mother's favourite programmes when that comes on, Call the Midwife. Yeah.
You don't like that,
I find that so annoying because 9 times out of 10 the opening scene is someone giving birth.
Yeah.
And that is just so annoying. I have to often sort of look away. But we're going to go to some comments from the general public.
Whoa.
Absolutely amazing. And we have had a lot of comments from the general public, so thank you very much for that. We're going to kick off with Elliot, one of yours.
All right then. So, I was asking about, and I've got some things from my friends.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Harvey, regular listener, I hope. Of
Afternoon,
podcast.
Harvey.
Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. That's back. I've got quite a few things from him, so I'll weave these in and out through the episode. Slow walkers.
Yeah, can relate to that. Slow
and
walkers.
People who are loud in public, like with speakerphones and voicemails and stuff.
Yep, definitely.
That's so annoying.
So that's what Harvey finds annoying?
Yes, that's the out and about bits.
Well, that's a good one, that one, Harvey. I'll tell you what, we've got another one here from Russell Ray, who says what he finds annoying is people who get annoyed. No, that's a good one. Good one from Russell. And I think there might be a little bit... Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Took them a moment to register.
That's right. It took the two listeners outside a little while to clock on. But yeah, excellent one, that one, Russell. And we have had another one, Darren Lowbridge.
Oh,
as well.
Hello.
Afternoon, Darren.
Or evening, or morning.
Yes, definitely. A few things. He says people going shopping or out and about in their PJs. Yeah, I know we are members of the Dressing Gown Club on Facebook, so we personally like to be in our dressing gowns and stuff, don't we? And, I don't mind that so much. But, yeah, people out and about in PJs, also cyclists, Muppets on bikes. Muppets on bikes. Riding along with your bike with no hands on the wheels. And evidently he saw someone the other day, he had his hand in his pocket. He was using a phone. And that was so annoying. And yes, I can see why. I mean, safety as well. I mean, that's the sort of person you really want to, like, hit a pothole. And then what would he do then? He'd definitely learn his lesson then, wouldn't he?
Definitely.
And people not using correct cycle lanes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be one way, like the roads, and then cycles going both ways. So using cycle lanes, definitely. And of course, this one is quite a popular one: dog poo bags.
Yeah.
Especially on the beach, finding lots of dog poo bags. Now, people take the time to bag it up. Why not just take it home? Why not go to that little extra effort to take that dog poo bag home?
Carry it on your pinky till you reach a bin.
Exactly. Otherwise, you might as well not bother picking it up and leave it to decompose naturally.
Yeah, and people are always chucking the bags in bushes.
Yes.
No one will find it here. Well, we do.
Definitely. So, dog poo bags, definitely. That's so annoying. Yeah. Oh, and also, another one for Darren, filtered profile pics. Yeah, I can understand that. A lot of people's profile pics and a lot of people's photos in general, you can tell they're filtered.
Yeah.
They're, they're not, you can tell they're not natural.
Yeah.
It's not the natural picture. I know a lot of people's profile pictures, I suppose they filter it out to make, you can do all sorts now, but I prefer the natural look. I think you prefer the natural look. Would you ever filter your profile pic, Elliot?
No.
No, I wouldn't either. So yeah, that's a good one. I can imagine that is so annoying. Definitely. What about you, Alex? Shall we go back to you with what else do you find annoying?
Other things I find annoying. Someone arguing with you when you know they're wrong.
Right.
They don't get the point.
Yes. I think that's got to be. That's so annoying. I couldn't
miss that one.
I know exactly where you're coming from there. Because they're just totally oblivious that they're wrong. They cannot work it out.
You can show them hard evidence and they'll be like, "No, you faked that."
Yeah, is that just a thing of they don't want to admit being wrong?
Probably.
Do you reckon they go home and think, oh yeah, he was actually right?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's a big show?
Probably.
Yeah.
They're just they want to feel like they're right.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that is definitely annoying, that one. Yeah, definitely. Well, as for me, I'm officially going into my top 5 now. We're going to keep it short because there is so many things we find annoying, I'm afraid, folks. Number 5, probably for me, slow people in supermarkets.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Now, hovering over items or hovering near the entrance, taking ages to get in, and you can't really get past them. You're down an aisle, and all you want is that one single item. And these people are hovering, looking, taking ages. Trolleys blocking where you can't even creep behind the trolley to get that one item. You've got to wait. And they're just taking ages. Also, people reading a paper. We have the papers in the supermarket, and people are literally reading the paper, the top paper, turning it page to page, reading it.
Yeah.
I get that quite a lot, and you have to say, excuse me, and get the paper underneath what they're reading. I find that annoying. And also in supermarkets, and people. Now, do you know what and people are, Elliot?
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's like if you got one item and you want to get out quickly, and these people just taking their time and saying, "Oh, and can I have Euro Millions? And can I have a number 16 Lucky Dip? Or and can I have this? Can I have this tobacco? Oh, and I've got this coupon." And they're just taking an age.
Yeah.
And you've got one single item, maybe a newspaper, and you just want to get out. So that's definitely so annoying. Well, we could have a little break for the comments, folks. We can have a little random facts.
You know me, I'm the king of random facts.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Many things can be annoying, believe it or not, including inconsiderate parking,
Yep.
chewing with your mouth open like a washing machine, loud
Yep.
music, slow internet, junk mail, and people talking during films.
I'll tell you what, people talking during films, yes, definitely. So another thing about going to the cinema, when you're in the cinema, you might go in and think, oh, this is quite nice, there's not many people about, there's a few people inside. Then literally, a few minutes before that film starts, someone comes in and sits directly behind you and starts kicking your seat, or
Yeah,
you can feel them shuffling about during the film.
always the same.
Every single time, I'd say 9 times out of 10, someone sits behind me in the cinema, literally as it's about to start. That's really annoying, that is.
And people in front of you, blocking your view, maybe?
Yes, yep.
When there's so many seats, and it just so happens that I have to pick ones right in front or behind you.
Yeah, definitely. And what about anything else that you find annoying, Elliot? Oh, that's good. Oh, here we go.
Oh, alright.
What about that?
Alright,
Do you find that
yeah.
annoying?
No, I don't mind that.
That's not too bad, is it? There we go.
Bit of drama.
Yeah, you can say your annoying thing.
Alright, naughty students in class who think they're funny.
Right.
Just
Yep.
disrupt it, throwing stuff about, disrupt it, just shut up. Shut up.
Shut up and get on with it.
Yeah. Fans of something who don't know the running joke
Right.
of the thing,
Yep.
who think they're like, oh, this is that. I'll give an example. Me with the horn section.
Yep.
The running joke is that no one knows the pianist's name.
Right.
And I saw a video, and they were giving credits, and it was like, Alex Horn, musician. Well, he's not a musician, actually. That was a bad example. And it was the pianist. The pianist. And it was like, actually, his name's Ed. Yes, we know his name's Ed. That's the point.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. Do you reckon they're just tagging along? Do you reckon they're like not really fans? Do you reckon they say they're fans, but they just simply haven't done their research?
Maybe, yeah. They just maybe they've seen like one video. It's like, also another thing that annoys me, that there's a show, I can't remember what channel it's on, called The Finish Line,
Right.
and they have to answer questions, and whoever is last in the race is out. And Roman Kemp, who hosts it, talking to the person who's out, he always asked, what happened there? What do you
Right.
mean, what happened there? They didn't know the answers. That's it.
Yeah. I can imagine that's so annoying. Definitely. We go to comments.
Yes.
Sean Dunn. Afternoon, Sean Dunn.
Or morning, or evening.
Definitely. He's got top 5 here. He's number 1. Well, no, I'll go for number 6, actually. 6. People that tell you there are a lot of bridges about. So people who say there are a lot of bridges about, yeah, I can get them. Number 5, Simon Sparks. Number 4, Simon Sparks. Number 3, people that lie. Yes, that's annoying.
That's annoying.
Number 2, lack of communication.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's a good one.
My school's bad for that.
Exactly. There are so many places you give a message and it just doesn't get through, does it? And it gets passed around, and that lack of communication totally messes everything up, doesn't it? It makes it hard work. It makes it hard work to contact the person that you want to contact through lack of communication. So that's a really good one. And his number 1 most annoying thing is Simon Sparks. Yes, we can see what you mean with there, Sean. To the listener, Simon is related to Sean, and yes, can be hard work.
Let's just hope the listener isn't Simon.
Yes, and he does like bridges, so hence where the number 6 about people who tell you there are lots of bridges about, because Simon once said the classic, and we all still joke about this today. There are lots of bridges about, aren't there? So we still use that as a bit of a joke. So great comment there, Sean. So what are we doing next, Elliot?
Right. Well, I've got some more comments.
Oh, okay.
My friend Jack.
Yep.
This is new in, actually. I was asking for things, and he just messaged as soon as we started the podcast.
Oh, really?
So this
that was
is
good
sort
timing.
of like a live message. He thinks having too much revision and homework, he finds that annoying.
Right, yep. I can imagine.
You finish school, you get home, you just want to relax, but you've got so much schoolwork to do. And going back to Harvey's list of things that he finds so annoying, people blatantly lying about stuff.
Yeah.
Like, my uncle works for Nintendo.
Right, yep.
Why?
Yep.
My dad knows Ed Sheeran's dad.
And they often do that, don't they? When you say something, say like if you've seen a film or if you go on a holiday, say like for instance, you say, "Oh, I'm off to France next year." It's like, I'm off to Spain or I'm off to Australia next year. You know, just to get one better than you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can imagine that's annoying. Definitely.
Yes. Someone pretending that a cool video is them. Like, say someone, I don't know, doing a backflip off a I don't know what, and they're like, "Oh, that's me. That's me in the video." People do that.
So, do people do that at your school?
I see it on social media.
Do you?
Yeah, the comment section, so annoying. Another thing in the comment section, people comment something, and then they get lots of likes on that comment,
right?
And then they edit it like, "Oh, thanks for the likes, guys. I'm famous now."
Oh, I'm getting annoyed.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that. So with you being younger, Ellie, there's obviously, and your friends, there's obviously a lot of things that they find annoying.
Yes.
At your ages.
Yeah.
As well as my age, with all the life experience. Well, I'll tell you what. Another thing that I find annoying is our road. Right. Because where we live, we're right near the lifeboat station and a caravan park. And as we come up our road, it's like a T-junction. You turn left to the caravan parks or right to the lifeboat. And 9 times out of 10, as I'm driving up our road to turn to where we live, there's a car either coming out from the caravan park to come down this road, or there's a car coming out from the lifeboat station to come down the road. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. So I find that so annoying. And also vans are constantly parking outside our drive.
Yeah.
And it always seems to be, I'm literally about to go to work or to go out, and all of a sudden a van just magically appears.
Always the same.
Parks outside our drive for a good few minutes. And of course, another thing on our road, and the road adjacent to our road, is people walking in the middle of the road, totally oblivious to you behind them in a car.
Have you heard of a pavement?
Exactly, yeah. And of course, surely they can hear the car behind.
Yeah.
But they're totally oblivious. I'm getting right up close to them and they're still walking in the middle of the road. So that is my number 4 of things that are so
annoying.
Well, Elliot,
Yes.
What about you? Shall we have we got another random fact?
Oh, you bet we have.
Okay, let's have.
So, other annoying things, believe it or not, include loud snoring, leaving dishes out, neglecting household chores, leaving lights on like Blackpool illuminations, not listening, stealing bed covers during the night, excessive talking, excessive screen time, and uncomfortable pillows.
Well, there's some actual classics there, isn't there? There's one, not listening.
Yeah.
I find that annoying. A few people I do speak to, actually, I do sort of struggle sometimes, especially if there's a big group of people. They just don't seem to listen, and that can be so annoying. You think, why do they bother saying anything? No one's even listening. But yeah, I can imagine that one. Stealing the bed covers a classic. Of course, when you do have a partner in the future, Elliot, you might experience that, stealing the bed covers. All I say for that is just get it in like a headlock almost. The sheet in almost like a headlock. Grab hold of it and give it a good old pull or a good old yank, and then they won't be able to pull that back from you. But that's a good one though. Oh, we've got another comment.
Whoa.
Yeah, and this is from Hazel Benjamin. Afternoon, Hazel.
Or morning or evening.
Yep, you are too, of course, my sister. And, well, she's got a few. She's got smelly food on trains.
Ah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. If you're sitting on a train and you just get a waft of something that someone's eating nearby and you've got to stick with that. And that can be annoying. Tailgaters. Definitely tailgaters.
Yeah.
You drive. I think a lot of people can relate to that. You just drive along within the speed limit and you get someone up your backside all the time. And that is so annoying. And it's always seemed to be a lot of the bigger cars, I've noticed. You just see a car coming behind you, a big motor, and you know that he's going to be itching to overtake. So tailgaters, definitely. Messy eaters as well.
Yeah.
Messy eaters. Would you say I'm a bit messy, Elliot? Eating? Or peppermint breakfast, maybe?
You could say that.
Sometimes I am, so yeah. I think I can be. I think Hazel always picks up behind me or picks things up off the floor, what I've dropped when we have been round. And noisy eaters who eat with their mouth open. Yeah, now that could be annoying, can it?
Yeah.
Eating with their mouth open. So, have you got any more comments for your friends, Elliot?
Yes, I have. I've got one more thing from Harvey.
Okay.
People who message in all caps and with lots of short messages.
Yep.
Instead of one long one. Like, you just keep on getting notifications from them. Like, one or just a few words in text.
And it's all capitals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, with the capitals, it's like you're having a go.
Yeah.
It's like they're angry.
There's aggression.
So surely that person must realise, because I know certain words you type do those like ASAP or OK, always seem to go into capitals.
Yeah.
But surely they'd sort of realise. So yeah, that's a good one, that one, Harvey.
Yes, and I've got one from my friend Alex. He finds
Alex Hall?
Oh, sadly not. I wish. People who complain about stuff but don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like bigger issues on this. It could be small ones, but like homelessness or the polar bears.
Yeah.
Do something to help the polar bears instead of just sitting there.
Just sort of having a mind, or sort of join some sort of charity organisations. Just say you're doing your little bit.
Yeah.
Which and every little helps, as a certain supermarket says.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good one. Have you got any more comments, Elliot?
Sadly not.
Oh, what about yours? Anything else that annoys you?
Yes. People. This isn't really an everyday thing, but people who name their child their name Junior.
Oh yeah, that is annoying. And of course, if they have a second or third or fourth child, it's Junior the second, Junior the third.
That I don't like that.
No, is that more American, do you reckon?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I think so. That is.
Speaking of bad geography skills,
right?
There was a survey I saw. I can't remember when it was. I think it was like 2014. Actually, I can't remember any of the data from it. But lots of Americans couldn't show you where America is.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah, we sometimes see that on the Celebrity or whatever when they're doing those games and they have to try and find the countries and they're totally clueless.
Is Africa a country?
Oh dear, that's crazy, that is, isn't it?
Similarly, with bad geography skills,
Yep.
probably up there with spoilers, bad grammar.
Yeah, bad grammar. Yeah, you are one for that, aren't you?
I'm like the grammar police.
Yes. That can be annoying, actually. Like, you often see it on Facebook, really bad spelling.
Yeah, there, and there.
Yeah, often people do seem to pick people up on that, on bad spelling.
Capitalisation.
Yes. And
it's not that difficult.
No, is it? No. So yeah, that can be picked up. I find roadworks and traffic lights. Roadworks and traffic lights are my number 3 most annoying things, and this a lot of people can relate to this as well. It's just I think traffic lights for starters. I just never seem to catch a green one.
Yeah.
It's like 9 times out of 10, I'll catch the red. And roadworks, they just seem to magically appear from nowhere. You go down a road one morning, you come home, going back up that road, there's roadworks there.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be everywhere. I think a lot of people, that's one of a lot of people's items that they find so annoying. So that's definitely one of mine. And we've actually got your mother now, Elliot.
Whoa.
Here's Donna Clark's.
Right, so places that don't accept cash, which we talked about earlier.
Yep.
She hates self-service. Spitting in the street, it makes her feel sick.
Yep.
People with no manners.
Yep.
Keir Starmer and the Labour Party in general.
Yep, that's standard.
Doesn't like that. People who drop litter, especially dog poo bags.
Yeah, definitely. That's a popular one, the dog poo bags. And people who drop litter in general, that's so annoying.
And all this AI crap, because it's hard to tell what's real and what's not.
It is. Well said, well said. Yeah, definitely. Well, that was a good one there from Donna Clark. Oh, definitely. And you said the cashless one, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Cashless, yeah. That's quite a popular one, that one, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
We've got another live comment. Rob in brackets, Bart Tamer, our team's losing. Yeah, we're football fans. Rob is a Barnet fan, I'm a Colchester United fan, and on a Saturday our team's losing. It is so annoying. Traffic jams and roadworks, yep, again, that is quite a popular one, so we know exactly what you mean by that. It's very annoying. Rude people with no manners, holding door open, and people don't say thanks. Yes. That is annoying. People not putting their hand up to say thanks when you let them through while driving. Yeah, that is annoying. Basically, what we say, the subjects from That's So Annoying are endless. That's Rob's words. It is endless. Also, driving to Underhill, that's Barnet's ground, to watch Barnet v Colchester in the FA Cup a few years ago, and it got postponed on arrival.
Oh.
Now, that was probably one of the most annoying things ever. Driving all that way and the match gets postponed.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. So, we've got another one here from Wayne Dunn. Wayne Dunn. Well, self-service checkouts in supermarkets. Yeah, a lot of people aren't keen on them, are they? Personally, I do use them, but only because I can't be bothered to wait in the queues. But yeah. Punch-ups and murders down his street. Yeah, he lives in Great Yarmouth. All the shops, pubs and clubs closed down since he lived there in Yarmouth. And cyclists riding the wrong side of the road with no lights on, which seems to be a new trend nowadays. So going back to Darren's comment about the cyclists, yeah, that's a good one there, Wayne. And this one's a classic. Eaten food that Albert coughed over and served over the years. Now, Albert is a former relation of ours. He's passed away now, but someone who wasn't very hygienic, let's say.
No.
And you always, at barbecues or get-togethers or Christmas, you always want to get to that table first before he does.
Yeah. Before
he starts coughing and spluttering all over that food, because that really puts you off of eating it.
Definitely.
So, yeah, great comment there, Wayne. What about you, Elliot? Have you got any more comments?
I haven't got any more comments, but I've got some more things that annoy me.
Yes, okay, yeah.
People who admit that they've never revised,
right,
but still do well in tests.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that can be so annoying.
Yeah.
That's like in our, run group or whatever, it's, people say like they might be running a marathon and don't do any training whatsoever, but they still manage to bang a marathon out.
Yeah.
So that must be similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I've got, you could say rivals when it comes to test results. It's just certain people always beating me.
Oh.
It's just, I don't want to be competitive about it. It's just really annoying.
So, do you reckon that gets a bell? Is that really so annoying? I can imagine.
Yes. What else do I have? I think stereotypes are annoying.
Yeah.
Just let people do what they want within reason.
That's
Just,
true.
new times. Stereotypes. They're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of stereotypes about, isn't there? I mean, I don't think people are exactly like that. I wouldn't have thought they probably change or they adapt.
Yes.
As they get older, that stereotype, I've probably had a stereotype myself over the years, but that is completely changed now. A completely different person to those days when I was in my 20s. So yeah, everyone sort of changes like that. Oh, one of my ones also, my number 2 most annoying habit, obviously with my hobby of photographing bins.
Yes.
And my Dustbin Dave and Bins Fantastic stuff. It is people chucking litter. This one is quite a popular one. We did chat about that, basically, folks, in our episode 17, Keeping Britain Tidy. We had a good chat about litter in general, and we had everything to do with litter picking as well, which we enjoyed doing, and of course bins, and photographing bins. We'd like to do a recycling one in the future, but yeah, basically just people chucking litter. Now I've got an example. Just a few weeks ago, I was at my local supermarket. A youngster got out of the car. He had a drinks can, and he just chucked it straight in the hedge. All he had to do was walk into the entrance. There was a bin at the end. Well, there's a couple of bins at the entrance to this supermarket. All he had to do is put it in there or keep it in the car. Yeah. Why do they chuck it? Or you see car windows going down, people chucking litter. You see people in the street chucking litter. And of course the classic dog poo bags on the beach as well. We find so many of them in the hedges.
Yeah.
Don't we? So yes, litter in general, and this is a popular thing, and people chucking litter is so annoying. And we've got, well, I'll tell you what, Elliot. Actually, I'll get Elliot to read this one out, because this is from Josie BW. Josie BW, who sends us some nice comments.
The listener.
Yes, she is our listener. And for a special treat, Josie, we're going to get Elliot to read out your comment.
Okay, so people who don't use public bins and drop their litter on the roadside, and public bins that aren't emptied regularly enough. Yep,
well that's a popular one there, Josie, and thank you for sending that one in.
Thank you. And we've got some comments here from Jack Dool.
Yep, Jack Chapman.
Okay, woke people.
Yep, woke people, definitely.
That annoys him. People in supermarkets in front of you at the till who don't offer to let you go in front of them if you've only got a few items and they're doing their whole weekly shop. And management with too many rules. The list is endless.
Well, definitely, yeah. Management with too many roles, definitely. And of course, yeah, the woke people and people in the supermarket. That's a good one. Would be stuck behind people so many times in the past. We've got that one item, haven't we? Yeah. So these are pretty good. We've got We've got our 10th one now. We can go to another one. It's absolutely amazing. We can go to Julie and George. Afternoon, Julie.
Or morning or evening.
Yep. Now, some items that she finds so annoying is lack of commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lack of respect.
Definitely.
Lack of manners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Digging.
Great things here.
So many periods of lacks of things.
Definitely. And this is a bit of a classic. Right, okay, let's have a little fanfare for this one, because this is a bit of a classic, this one. Okay, Julia George, one of the things that she finds so annoying is packaging that says open here, but it is still impossible to open.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think we can all relate to that, can't we?
Yeah.
We end up getting a hammer on it or just rip it to bits, but are worried about damaging what's inside.
Yeah. Opening things is difficult.
But, yeah, it is, and not just packaging, even bottles.
Yeah.
You struggle with the orange juice as well with those cartons, but I do sometimes. That's impossible.
They get rid of the tabs, and you have to do some origami to get it open.
I just end up breaking it all, and it's a complete and utter mess. But packaging.
Oh. And those Chubba Chub lollies, can't get into them.
Oh my god!
The amount of times I've wanted you to open them.
I mean, you've just mentioned that, and I'm finding it so annoying. Chubba Chub lollies, they are so
annoying.
And yeah, they're impossible to get into, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now, if anyone out there, I'm sure you know these Chubba Chub lollies, and you get them in a couple of sizes, can't you? You can get them in the real small ones, but they've got the twisty, like, things, haven't they? Twisty wrappers. Twisty wrappers. And they are twisted. I don't know how many times they twist them.
No.
But they're impossible to undo.
Yeah.
And if they're mainly aimed at kids, how on earth is a kid going to get into that? I have to get a pair of scissors on them at the bottom. I just can't, can I?
Be there for hours. And also trying to find the end of a roll of sellotape if you don't have a dispenser. Should have folded it over or bought a dispenser.
Oh dear.
The age-old.
Yep.
Wrapping your thumb around, trying to...
That's it.
Desperately.
And when you do find that, the beginning of the sellotape, often it just splits. You peel it, and it peels half of it. It goes over half of the reel and just comes off in your hand. So you've got to find it again.
Yeah.
That is so annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there is literally endless.
Yeah.
There are so many things that people find annoying. We've got another one here. We've got our last comment. This is from the Coast of Mermins. So hello to Tracy Brown, Andrea Teasdale and Joanne Hunter.
Hello.
I asked them in the week, and these were their comments for things that they find annoying. Mobility scooters on the road.
Right.
Yeah. I can imagine that should be on the pavement really, or you get stuck behind them. Litter on the beach and elsewhere. Yeah, that's a popular one, especially on the beach and elsewhere. Cars not indicating.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That is so annoying. Happens to me all the time, yeah. And a lot of other people. Potholes and the council putting white marks on the road.
All the classics.
The Caister Pong. Now, in case anyone doesn't know what Caister Pong is, it's a pong that you get towards the supermarket end of Caister. And to do all the sewage works, and that's a constant smell around Caister, and that is so annoying. Which links up next to smelly people. Yeah, smelly people are annoying, aren't they? I mean, I know some of them maybe might not be able to help it. I don't know, with mental problems or whatever. But people who haven't got any problems, they surely must sort of know that they do smell. So smelly people, yeah. People parking in parent and child places.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be so annoying, can't it? Speed watch volunteers. That's a bit of a classic, isn't it? You do see a lot of them about, don't you?
Yeah.
Speed watch volunteers. It'd be quite interesting to see how they sort of use that. Cameras well, really, wouldn't it? People slowly counting out their change in supermarkets.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're working in one, like Tracy does. That must be so annoying. That
1 penny. That's the 5 pence.
And you've got a massive queue behind you.
Yeah. Just fiddling about with.
You've got your break coming up or something, and people are slowly counting out their change. So yeah, I can imagine that must be so annoying. And also, workmen who put buckets on your kitchen sink and end up scratching it. Yeah. Why can't they just use the outside tap or put it somewhere else? But yeah, I can imagine a lot of them buckets. Probably some of them are made of different materials and can easily scratch the surface, can't they? Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, all those comments from everyone are so annoying. Now, I think what we've got, I've got my number one.
Right, here we go then.
I've got my number one most annoying thing. So, I think we'd better have a little fanfare for that. Out of many things that I find so annoying, folks, the number one annoying thing for me is hearing people saying, are you ready for this? We need rain.
Oh, you hate that.
I absolutely detest it. Now,
We need rain for the garden.
I'm getting annoyed just hearing it. Say it again, Elliot.
We need rain for the garden.
No, we don't need rain for the garden. Now, I'm self-employed, everybody, and I do a bit of gardening in that time. And in a dry spell like we've had, that's all I hear every single day, 4 or 5 times a day. We need some rain for the gardens, don't we, Dave? And elsewhere, you hear it. We need some rain, don't we? On the weather, they say, any sign of rain yet? You actually see it on the weather.
Yeah.
Have we got any rain forecast yet? Now, I appreciate the farmers need it, etc., and the gardens need it to grow, but in the UK, it's either one or the other. There's no happy medium. It's either that low pressure sets in, where it's days and days of rain and wet, or a high pressure sets in and we get a nice dry spell. There's no real in between. So at the end of the day, because purely once the rain starts, it never stops, it doesn't go away, and we get plenty of rain from October to March every single year. Floods galore up and down the country. So I just cannot work out why people are asking for rain in a dry spell when we all long for the sun and those sunny days and to get out there sunbathing. Why do people want rain?
Dear me.
That is my number one thing that I find so annoying.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
You'd never guess, would you?
Well, you could tell that annoys me a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm all calm now. Have you got anything else, Elliot?
Yeah, I sort of done mine in reverse order just to add some whack to the podcast.
That's right. It was a bit sort of all over the shop, wasn't it? But because we had so many to do, we just sort of did it how we wanted it, how it came up.
Something that annoys me, trying to find something out online and everything just tells you something different. Recently, last night, I found a film that I wanted to watch.
Yep.
So I tried to find it, and it told me it was on different platforms, and I checked, and it wasn't there. And there was a film with the same name, which is probably what they were on about.
Right.
And it's a Belgian film.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's released in the UK yet. But there I was last night trying to find it.
Oh, God.
You know, all these different websites tell me different release dates. Some tell me it has been released, some tell me it hasn't. It's just...
Well, I can imagine. Was that so annoying?
Annoying, yes it was. Hence why I included it in this podcast.
I don't blame you.
And also Donald Trump, but hey, we won't get into that.
No. Oh, right, so you find Donald Trump annoying.
Very.
Yeah. Well, I suppose there's a lot of celebrities that you find annoying as well. There's a few celebrities I find annoying. When I see them on television, oh, God. You know, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, speaking of celebrities, who's that one? Michael Ball. Now, I find him annoying. Now, he's a nice geezer and everything, but every time, he just seems to be on every single TV show.
He's everywhere.
You think, oh no, he's not on there, not on this one.
You can't escape Michael Ball.
So, people like that, he's just on every single show you ever switch on. Oh, they're on there again. That can be annoying, but, yeah.
Definitely.
Nice geezer, of course, but yeah, people who are always on the telly or whatever, or popping up on guest shows. But anyway, Elliot, I think that was a bit of an epic one, wasn't it?
Wow, those were all really annoying things. But there we go, all done now. I enjoyed every second of that. Sorry, every second comment of that. Hope you had a good strike rate too. Good luck, have fun, make good choices. Yours sincerely, Elliot Clark.
Oh, well, Elliot. It was a bit of an epic one today, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a mad one, but hey, we got through all the content.
Yeah, well, everybody. All well, listener. Or we might have had 2 listeners today.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for sending in your comments, letting us know. We hope that we read them out correctly, and you liked our comments as well.
Yes. Thank you to the listener. Open bracket.
Definitely.
S, close bracket.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. And we have got a Facebook page, Everyday Life Podcast. And if you would like to email us about this show or any future subjects you would like us to cover, then please email us on binsfantastic2022@yahoo.com. So, anyway, enjoy your everyday life.
Try not to find those annoying things so annoying.
Yes. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
We'll be here next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Now that's so annoying. You think it's ended.
Or you think
And it suddenly starts again.
Finally, that's done.
Yeah, and I bet you guys are thinking, oh, phew, I'm glad that's over.
Surprise, surprise, we're not done.
And then it's continuing. Oh,
We're still here, forever here, like an earworm.
that's so annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, well, I'll switch that off now. That is it. We are done. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
On Everyday Life Podcast.